Hey friends, I'm Janine and I welcome you to my podcast, Quest for You. So happy you're here, and I wanted to make a quick announcement right at the beginning. You can, if you would like, buy me a coffee. You know how much I like coffee. I talk about it all the time. And if you cannot meet with me in person, which if that's an option for you, I'll be happy to meet with you. Just reach out. But if it's not, you can buy me a coffee. Maybe as a little thank you for my episodes, if they have helped you in a special way. I would really appreciate your support. There's a link on my website to my Ko-fi page, and that is where you can buy me a coffee. Just scroll down on my homepage, Quest for You, and on the bottom of the page there's a small link. And I would love it. Let's talk about waste or investment. I say it a lot. I wasted my time, all this drama for nothing, money uselessly spent, my feelings hurt and my heart lost along the way. What a waste this relationship was. We all may have said it at one point or another in our life, whether it was a romantic relationship that lasted many years or a friendship that we attempted with someone and that didn't work out. Even short stints, especially those that really take us on an emotional roller coaster, we often think, what a waste of time. It's easy to look at the mess in front of you after you finally realized that it will not go any further and call it a waste. Like a huge puzzle you worked on for hours, only to realize that at the end, one piece is missing. Wasted effort. But was it really a waste? Just because the outcome is not the one you hoped for when you started out? We call failures a waste because we didn't reach our objective. We are disappointed with ourselves, with the outcome, and with others. We feel we missed out on potentially better opportunities. Maybe another better person we could have met during all those years that we were miserable. Something better we could have done with our time. But the moment we label something as wasted, all possibility of seeing anything redeeming about it vanishes. We are not seeing it for what it actually was. An investment into ourselves. That's right. Because here's the thing. All this time that you call now lost, you invested. You worked hard. You spent money on it. You had hopes it would work out. You enjoyed this time. At least some of it. You tried. You gave it your best shot. But for whatever reasons, it didn't work out. It was an investment simply because you tried something new. If you look at it as a waste, then it will be one. Because you're closing yourself off to all the learning and possibility that comes with everything we take a chance on. Relationships, business opportunities, hobbies, sports, you name it. Everything in life is a risk. Walking down the street, we could get hit by a car. Not everything in life always works out as planned. Failed relationships and friendships hurt. I get it. But I believe there's so much we can learn with every failed attempt. This quote by Samuel Beckett is nice. All of old, nothing else ever. Ever tried, ever failed, no matter. Try again, fail better. Failed attempts, so-called wasted time. There's so much learning in this. We learn about ourselves. All relationships hold up mirrors. I strongly believe in that. They show us who we are. Characteristics we have that we may have never recognized. Think about it. After we grow up and leave home, we are mostly by ourselves. It's often not until we have an intimate relationship that we spend a lot of time with only one person. Our personality now bounces off someone else more directly and consistently than just the friends that we see once in a while. Suddenly we find out many things about ourselves that people not as close to us may not know or not bother to mention to us. In every relationship I've ever been, I learned so much about me. There are the good things I never recognized until a partner mentions them. My smile, for example, or my sense of wonder at the small things in life. And there are many other areas that I need to work on. My impatience, my lack of communication, maybe the tone in my voice. And that to me is a wonderful gift of any relationship, failed or not. It allows us to reflect on ourselves. We can learn to use strong attributes more now that we know what they are. And we can avoid elements we now know are not received well by others. We're learning to discover who we are through the eyes of others. Every person we meet during the course of our lives can contribute to us getting to know ourselves better. Carl Jung said, "Everything that irritates us about others leads to an understanding of ourselves." Another learning opportunity about failed relationships is that we learn about others. Every relationship teaches us about our fellow human beings. I grew up as an only child in a house that was very remote. My interaction with other kids was limited. I had a disadvantage when it came to understanding other human beings. I was alone a lot in my childhood. There was a lot about other humans I did not understand. There are many behaviors and characteristics we appreciate, and many others that we don't. But often, we are not consciously aware of what they are until someone exhibits them. For example, the silent treatment, when your partner refuses to speak with you for days. It had never happened to me until I was with someone who did this. And I knew right then and there, I don't like it. Relationships open our eyes to other humans. Being close with someone helps us learn what others do and how they act. It teaches us what to look for in the company that we keep. Knowing what we like and what we're not willing to accept helps us then in the next relationship. But, like with everything, we have to be willing to learn. Closing yourself off and only focusing on the failure doesn't allow you to see that there might have been aspects about the person you didn't even appreciate. Knowing, for example, that communication is key for you in a relationship because it was absent in your last one, you can save yourself a lot of time and effort going forward. You can look for that skill in your first few exchanges with a new person right away. Does he respond to your messages in a timely manner? Does she ask questions during your time together and shows a genuine interest in getting to know you? We learn much quicker about others the more we know what's important to us, because then we look for it. And don't get me wrong, it's not about nitpicking flaws and searching for defects. It's a healthy understanding of the things that are critical for you in a relationship. You want to look for those early on because later they will be deal breakers. And you want to minimize the effort you put into a relationship if you know it won't go very far based on these things. And lastly, every relationship teaches us about love. Whether it's love or a close friendship, until we are in the middle of it, living it every day, we won't know what it means. We can read all the books and poems about love, listen to all the hundreds and thousands of songs about love, or watch all the romantic movies that there are. Until we ourselves experience love, it will remain an abstract concept. A lot of times we have certain ideas about what love should look like. We form relationships as a means to an end. We seek to satisfy our needs for love, companionship, safety and security, romantic fulfillment, financial stability, and so on. These ideas then translate into expectations, many of which cannot be met by another person. And when they are not met, we try to control and manipulate or withdraw and become frustrated. After every failed relationship, we should reflect what it means to love someone and what we seek to get out of any relationship. All these learnings about yourself, the other person, and love and relationships in general is highly critical. In these learnings, you will often find the reason why the relationship failed. But better, once you know it, you can avoid it in your next relationship. When we learn how to reflect on our failed relationships, rather than stamping them as waste of time, they can become one of the most powerful avenues we have for growing. So to me, it's never a waste to spend time with another person, even if it didn't end up where we were hoping it would. It's an investment, first and foremost, into ourselves, into our growth. Ending with this quote from Carl Jung, The encounter of two people is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there's any reaction, both are transformed. I love this. So don't be afraid. Let yourself be transformed and learn from it and take it with you as a gift on your journey, on your quest. Much love.